Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. I am Tim Gillette, your host, and this is episode 54. Are you in it for the long run, or are you just here to make a quick buck? How many times have you seen someone who basically, when you looked at their business plan or you looked at what they were offering to sell to you as a business or a product or service, you looked at it and you realize this guy is just trying to make a buck? I don't know if I trust this guy just quite yet. I mean, this dude just kind of looks scammy to me. Are you in it for the long run? An interesting question in our day and age where we are faced with people who are trying to prove the system and hack. The idea of, we've got a hacker's code or a hacker's system or hey, we're going to shortcut your way to success. How to hack your way into whatever. The 4 simple steps, the 4 easy steps to getting $1 million. And it seems that marketing can go on and on. But are you in it for the long run? You see, we create everything for a long run, and I think you should too. When you created your business, all right, are you looking at what your sales are going to be today, or are you looking at what your sales are going to be for the next 4 years? Are you looking at what the solution is after you deliver what you're delivering to your current customers? What is the next thing that you have got to be there to provide for them? Have you thought that through? You see, when most people create a niche or they do a blog, a vlog, or a podcast, and they start thinking about their niche, a mommy blogger, for instance, a mommy blogger's got a long-term plan automatically created for her. She knows that she can actually write stuff on a mommy blogger from the kid that just was born all the way to the kid being a teenager to going off to college. There is millions of stories over 18 years of a child's life that mommy blogger can tell. Millions of scenarios. Hundreds of thousands of products, services, and goods that she can recommend. That is the long run. As opposed to, hey, let me show you how to get, an extra 15 people to like your post today. Hey, let me buy some followers for my Instagram account so I look important. It's all about the long run. So, hey, Eduardo, good to see you, man. Yeah, I cut it all off, brother. It's been a while since I've seen you, bro. Anyway, the long run is where you are looking at planning things out. And you're thinking past, how can I make a quick buck? You actually are starting to think as to how I'm going to help. You are going to help that person on the other side of the table. You are more concerned about their success than yours. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the long run. All right, today I'm doing this recording, all right, in 45 minutes, I start doing a virtual event, which we do once a month. We started planning these virtual events out, not so we could make quick sales every month, but so that we could feed our community on a monthly basis and give them opportunities to learn and do it in a way that profits them. We don't make a killing of money off of people come to this event every month. And we make $1 or $2, but enough to buy dinner maybe. It's not enough to, the event is not meant for me to actually cash in and buy a brand new house. No, each monthly event is designed to feed those people who are in the community by getting their needs met, by helping them create systems that will build their success. And we do it by teaching them, number one, invest a little. Invest a little in your business. Put a couple bucks in. Share or connect with people who are willing to share and willing to share at a reasonable amount of information. And then you decide who you want to work with. That is why we host the event. Now, I've seen other people actually do events, and they are 100% on how much can they sell, how many tickets can they sell at $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 pop. And they talk about, well, I've got 400 people in the room, and they all paid $800 to be here. And this is how much money I made. As opposed to some of us who are running events, where we run the events where it's a very low cost to get in, very low investment to get in. And then we give you the opportunity to work with us further if you want to. But if not, all right, we're just here to give you the information and not rob you blind to get you in the room to give you that information. That's a long-term goal, a long-term plan. We want to help people. And when you get in the business of helping people, you start by helping the needs they have now, all right, and giving them opportunity to work on the needs later. Because some people aren't ready for the rest of the program. So why build it all into one? Why not build a level where they can get the help where they need it? That's the long run, ladies and gentlemen. I thought of this concept this morning. As I was lying in bed and the alarm went off, my alarm goes off. I have a wonderful thing called a Sonos music system, and it goes off, and I have a channel that I've created called the Styx channel. Yes, I love Styx. But it was playing a song by the Eagles this morning called The Long Run. And it made me think of this idea. Because I remember watching a couple of years ago and watching the Eagles thing, the history of the Eagles, and I love the Eagles. They're one of my favorite bands. And hearing the story about the long run, all right, they thought it took forever to get that done. But, you know, the Eagles had a long-term deal put together, if you think about it. There are things that the Eagles did in their music career of the 70s that have lasted through until today. We're still talking about it. What they did in that 10-year span of history. Now, they've done more stuff when they got back together in 1994. They've gone on more world tours and stuff like that, and you want to know. All right, but we're still talking about what they did in that 10-year span from in the 1970s until they broke up in the early 1980s. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what it is when you create a long-run plan. You know that the quality you are putting out, the things that you are doing to help your clientele is going to last, and it may last long past you. That's why we teach blogs, vlogs, podcasts, putting recordings on the internet. All right. Those people in my mastermind and inner circle, we help them actually take it beyond the blog, and podcast and build a whole online marketing system. Because it's about the long run. Last month, I had a great speaker at our event, Eli. Delaney and Eli has this thing where he teaches people on how to set their marketing up that if he died today, people would still get information from him 2 years from now. Imagine that. If you actually set your business up in the long run, that people would be getting information and help that you provided 2 years after you have passed from this earth. Reminds me of a little broadcast that I used to listen to with my mom on a Christian radio network where this man did it, I think, every morning at 7 a.m. And I think till it may still be going on. I don't know. I've not listened to that station in a long time because it was on the East Coast and I am in Texas now. But after the gentleman passed, his son and his children and grandchildren continued on playing his morning radio show with the recordings that he did. Imagine that. Being able to teach lessons to people 10, 20 years after you've passed from this earth. And it's still being relevant information that they can use. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the long run. When you are so concerned with helping the next generation, the next person, the people who you have not met yet, that you will be successful. It's not always about getting the cars, the fancy things, being a fancy guru, but it is about helping people. And that is the bottom line to today's message. You want to make it the long run? Bottom line, help people to be successful. Make it about them and not about you. Now, thank you for joining today's broadcast. My name is Tim Gillette, and this is the Simple Easy Marketing Broadcast. This is episode 54. You can find out more about us by going to simpleeasyevents.com. It is one of our people who help make this thing possible, as well as StreamYard and Anchor.fm. We want to thank those people who help make this daily podcast a success. But most of all, we want to thank you, the listener, because you actually take these principles and make them work. If you learned from today's, put it in the comments. Hey, Tim, thanks. And tell me where you actually tuned in from. Do me a favor and share this out. If you've gotten something from this podcast, share it out. We are actually on episode 54. If you missed episode 53, it's because you're not subscribed to our podcast. Go to Simple Easy Podcast and actually subscribe to where you get podcasts, because every 10 episodes, like yesterday's or episode 53, is only available to those who subscribe to the podcast. It's not broadcast like this is on Facebook or YouTube. So go subscribe to that And subscribe to our YouTube channel where basically we actually have these broadcasts as well as everyone. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers because we had to restart our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate your help by building a brand new audience of successful people who want to learn more about success from programs like this. I'm Tim Gillette, your host, and let's see who else here. Natalie Lablock. Hey, so good to see you, Natalie. It's great to see everybody kind of coming in here today and saying hi. I will be back tomorrow with another episode, but if you've not had a chance to get into the deal, it's Simple Easy Events. We're doing an event today at this broadcast. But believe it or not, if you're listening to the recording on the podcast, Simple Easy Events is a membership for a low investment of $20 where you get access to all of our events, past, present, and future for a one-time investment of $20. We're the best deal out there in online marketing. Learn at your level and learn at an introductory level to get started. Check us out. It's only $20. We're going to give 10 of it to charity today once you actually decide to invest. I'm Tim Gillette with the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast, and I thank you for being here today, and I will see you tomorrow with another broadcast. Thank you.